Hello chess friends and welcome to Jozarov chess channel and welcome to a new chess strategy video. So in this video we're thinking out of the box a little bit because sometimes in chess we apply the basic principles, we're applying the common strategies, we're playing solid openings, we are also searching for common patterns that are possible in chess, but sometimes we have to break a little bit the rules in chess. We cannot always play the same things. We cannot always apply the basic principles in chess. Sometimes we have to really think out of the box because many times you reach a position that's not familiar to you, that's not common, and then you have to know what you're doing. Then you have to understand your basic ideas in chess in order to get an advantage, in order to continue in the middle game stage. So recently I got this position and it was against a strong FIDE master, and I had really some issues in the position. First of all, the main issue that I had here is where to go with my king, because kingside castling would be, I think, a suicide here. First of all, I think we should understand here the main strength of white. Here white has of course this advanced pawn on e5, so here when we watch now the position, the space advantage is now on this square here for white, so white has here an advantage, and in the meanwhile white is searching for sure with some breakthroughs here with the move g4. White could also search for opportunities with the move f5, maybe even h3, g4, but still I think white has a dominant position on the king side because of this advanced pawn on e5. So probably I should not search for opportunities there. I should not attack the position on the king side. So that was my main issue. So if I would have castled too early here on the king side, my opponent would break me immediately with move g4, and I wouldn't feel comfortable, I think, in this position. Even I think in some occasions some ideas of f5, maybe g takes f5, knight to f5 are working, maybe to include somehow this other knight into the game. So all of these pieces I think could be maneuvered very fast towards the king side. Even if this rook on the b3 could come maybe into the attack on g3 somehow and support the further attack of white. But I think we can agree that white will search here for opportunities on the king side. So when we watch now, my main advantages in the position is of main advantage is of course the c file attack, but still I kind of felt insecure because first of all, in order to make something out of the c file, I have to play supportive here. I have to use more pieces in the c file attack, and it was very hard for me to make that happen, because if I would of course continue with my c file plan, I would play something like rook to c7, then maybe kingside castling, and then rook to c8 seems like a logical idea. We're continuing with our c file attack plan, but still I have again castle kingside, and of course when I castle kingside I would probably get destroyed with this g4 move. So that was my main issue here in this position. So I found here, in my opinion, really good idea. Here I played first of all this move rook to c7 with the idea maybe to play queen to c8 and continue my plan with the c file attack. My opponent played king to h1. Here he tried of course to force me to play now kingside castling, and now still he would still launch a flank attack with g4. But now I played really a cool move, I think, here the move king to d8, and now look at this. Now my plan is working here because okay, my king is stuck a little bit in the center of the board, but actually my king is not endangered. We should really understand also here a little bit the pawn structure in the center of the board. The pawn structure is blocked out, so there is not a good way for white to open the position. You can maybe, the only way I think to open the position is somehow to sacrifice some pieces, to maybe sacrifice the knight here on b5, maybe to sacrifice the knight on e4. That are the main possibilities for white to make something here in the center of the board, to maybe let the position explode. So there are simply no ways to let the position open in a different way, because pawn moves are not so good here for white. Now this f5 attack doesn't make sense because we got out of the range on the f file. So now with the move king to d8, I was trying to secure my king on b7 here, and then continue with my plan here to play rook to c8 and continue a battery on the c file. I think it was quite a good plan because my opponent tried here rook to h1. He tried maybe some sacrifices, but let's just continue. But to king to c8, we have here now queen to d3, king to b7, and now after move knight to b1. Look at this, mission accomplished. Now I have a solid game. As I said, the king side, it's something that I should not attack here, because the king side is the side where white has the advantage. Now look at this, all of my pieces are maneuvered towards the queen side, because I realized that my only chances were here on the c file, where we have also the backward pawn on c2. My bishop is still good here, controlling both of these diagonals. Now I have a battery. The queen is a good, at least, defensive piece so far, because no knight to b5 sacrifices are possible, so we still have opportunities to trade it off here. So I have also good defensive resources. Now my c file attack is working, and I have to say I'm also satisfied now with my knight on a4 here, because it can always control the c3. So suddenly I felt very, very good. And now we have even the flexibility to attack the king side. Look at this, how the position is getting better for me, because here my opponent tries c3, and I have even the opportunity now to attack the king side, because I don't have a king anymore there. I don't have worries, or even on the king side anymore, because I played now this c file attack. My opponent played the rook to a2. I played g5, so I continue with my plan. I simply traded it off, and now the position is suddenly open. But we have to agree, I think I have a slightly better activity with my pieces. So here he tried the rook to e2, rook to e8. Now he attacked my bishop. I played bishop to f6. After queen to d6, he tried to simplify the game by trading off for pieces. But now after this one, I realized here his problems on the back rank, on the first rank. Now if he takes, of course, he gets checkmated on c1. My opponent tried here rook to e1, d takes c3. I simply continued to include all of the pieces into the attack, played simply c2, knight to a3, and after rook to d1, my opponent resigned. But let's go back. As I said here, very, very important move, rook to c7, then just maneuvering the king, understanding there's no way my opponent will attack now the center of the board, including now all of the pieces in the attack, and suddenly I have a good position from a really, really bad feeling that I had. As I said, my king was stuck in the center. I couldn't castle kingside. Now found this maneuver and improved my pieces, and I think from this point on I have really, really a solid game. So okay, this was our little chess strategy video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you want to know more about chess strategies and tactics, please check out my basics in chess series videos with some more important principles and also breaking principles ideas that you have in chess. And if you like this content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you soon with some more videos, and what to say, chess is the best, of course.